Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to brew a Peach IPA to celebrate summer. When you walk in the grocery store, it basically smells like peaches right now. And to go with Hop Water's new flavor, which is peach. Super into it. Smells like peach rings. Got all the adaptogens and nootropics in it, like ashwagandha and whatnot. And it's just super refreshing and delightful. So I thought, why not try to make a beer that kind of tastes like Hop Water's new flavor. I am so excited, and I'm definitely going to need this hop water in my garage because it's already so hot in LA. I've obviously been in the pool. I'm still in my bathing suit. And it's the afternoon, so I don't have a ton of time. I'm going to do like a short and shoddy kind of version of a Peach IPA. If you haven't heard of the short and shoddy series on Brewlosophy, super fun stuff. It basically will cut your brew time in half, so why not give it a try? You know, their experiments are always like, I can't really tell the difference, so I'm hoping, you won't really be able to tell the difference that I made this in like 2 hours. I'm gonna make a 10-gallon batch, 10.5 gallons just to make up for True Bloss in the fermenter. And I'm gonna use 5 pounds of fresh peaches. They're sitting in my refrigerator. I'm gonna blend them all up. Well, actually I should just blend them. I have a blender. I was thinking of food processing, but I think blending might be better. But you kind of need water to go. Anyway, I'm gonna probably food process it because my food processor's already out and I hate bringing it out because it weighs 1,000 pounds. Anyway, it's going to be based on the recipe, or the malt bill is anyway, of the Citra IPA I did in Washington a while ago because that IPA was so good. And I'm trying to make more IPAs now. I know people still like them. I was on a big lager kick, but I feel like no one wants my beer anymore because no one else is into lagers as much as I am. So I guess I'll start making IPAs for y'all. So our malt bill is 20 pounds of two-row or 9 kilograms, 2 pounds of white wheat or about 900 grams, 8 ounces of caramel 10 and 8 ounces of honey malt, which is 227 grams each. We're gonna have a strike temp of 160 or 70 degrees Celsius. My water's already ready. One thing I'm gonna do that I haven't done in a while is actually add a water addition. I'm gonna add 4 grams of calcium chloride just to kind of sweeten it up. I was thinking about putting some lactose in it as well, but I think I might wait until I actually taste it to see if it needs it, because I had the most amazing milkshake IPA at Frogtown Brewery in Los Angeles the other day, and it was just fantastic, and it was pineapple orange. It's called Painkiller. I liked it so much that I got a 4-pack to bring home. It's like they kind of changed my idea of what a milkshake IPA can be because they're doing it right. You know, it's not super, super thick. It's more like a super fruity but sweet beer that's high alcohol. This one's only gonna be like 6.5%. So I don't know if it'll really need it. I digress. I'm gonna use these hops that are from Yakima Chief. These are really cool. They're Cryo hops, and I was just digging around in my bin of hops to see what I had that might go well with stone fruit. And the aroma for these is tropical fruit, stone fruit, and citrus, so I think that'll play really nicely. This is one of their experimental varieties, so it doesn't even have a name. And it's 21% alpha acid, so I'm only going to use 2 ounces in this whole 10-gallon batch of beer, but our IBU is going to be 38. And I'm only going to do a 30-minute boil, because screw it, why not? Okay, let's get moving so we can get this over with and get out of the sweaty garage. All right, my mill is set pretty fine. It's kind of stuck pretty fine. So I'm gonna get this going, and then I'm gonna measure out my calcium chloride and add it while I'm doing this. All So I will see you guys back in 30 minutes to pull the mash. Okay, so I think I have finally settled on actually food processing these. So how I'm gonna use the peaches is, I'm gonna do something a little weird. I'm gonna take some hot wort and throw it in my fermenter, throw in my peach puree to kind of pasteurize it, and then chill the rest of the beer. I don't care if it's not super chilled when it gets into my fermenter because there's cooling system in there, and it'll cool it down to pitching temp. And once that's all done, I'll pitch my yeast when it's down to like probably, I'll let it get down to probably like 75 and then pitch my yeast and then just let it chill down to 68. And I'm gonna ferment it under pressure as well. So that way we don't have to worry about any of the stuff that's on the peaches. You know, I think peaches can have a bit of yeasty goodness on them. So we don't want that in our beer. And that way I don't have to worry about being super sanitary when I'm doing this. Though my food processor is very sanitary right now because it went through the dishwasher. All right, that's good and pureed. So I'm gonna throw this in a mesh bag when I throw it in. I will sanitize the mesh bag, but I'm gonna just leave this in here for now so that it's sealed. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and then I'm gonna turn my heat up to boil. We've got about 11 gallons in there right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take my pre-boil gravity reading. Just to let you know what I'm thinking. I attempted to take the pre-boil gravity when there was still mash in there and I got something really low, so I don't know if it's gonna be really low or if this is just a testament that you shouldn't do that while there's still grain in it. All right, so yeah, that's true. Don't take it with the grain in, it doesn't work. Our pre-boil gravity is about 13.6 bricks. So let me just throw that in the calculator and see what that means. So that's 1.057. It's low. Our pre-boil was supposed to be 1.064. It's fine. So it thinks that we'll get a 5.8% beer based on the undershooting. So we will see. We do have about 11.5 gallons in here. I don't remember what my pre-boil volume was supposed to be, but the more I let this drain out, the more likely we are that I'll be able to boil off enough to get good numbers. There's still so much liquid coming off of that. I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute. All right, I'm gonna call that good because I have to go get in the pool. I'm sweating bullets. All right, I'm gonna go take a quick dip and I'll see you guys when it's boiling. All right, we are about to boil. And since we're doing a 30-minute boil, I'm gonna do my 30-minute addition now. So this is 1 ounce of the TRI 234CR blend from Yakima Chief. I would recommend using any hop that's like stone fruity. I was thinking Idaho Gem originally, and then I stumbled upon this, but just be mindful of your IBUs if you try to recreate this because this is super high alpha acid, so you might need to double the amount of hops that you're gonna put in. All right, so in 15 minutes, we will do our second and final addition of hops at the 15-minute mark, and then we'll pretty much be done, and so will this day. And the second hop addition. And I said 15 minutes before, but it's actually a 10-minute addition, so don't hold it against me. All right, so I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes on that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and bag my peach. Try to squeeze it through this teeny hole. This fermenter has been properly sanitized. I scrubbed the crap out of it the other day. Okay. So this has started leaking on me, of course, because it's a food processor, not a blender. But that is fine. There's a ton of peach juice, so I'm gonna just like dump this whole bin in there. And then we're gonna pasteurize it with the beer. I don't think it's gonna fit. All right, if you make this, don't do what I just did unless you are planning on pasteurizing it in the fermenter. What you should do is just heat it up on your stove, get it to about 180 degrees, and let it sit there for like a minute, and then it will be totally pasteurized. And then you can add it to any fermenter. That's all it takes to pasteurize something is like, I don't even think it's a full minute. It's like less. You can technically do it at lower temperatures, but it's safest when it's higher because you've got to get the whole thing like actually to the temperature to kill everything. All right, well, I'll see you guys when I'm ready to kill some stuff off from here and start chilling. All right, so I'm gonna put some hot wort in here to sanitize my peaches. Not a ton, just enough to heat it up. All right, so we're gonna let that sit in there and sanitize itself. I'm gonna put the rest back into there, and I'm gonna hook up my chiller so that we can get this cooled down. One thing I wish that was different about this like quick release situation I've got going on is I wish it was like closed when you open it, because I just kind of leave my hose on all the time and it doesn't work with that. All right, so once this is down to about 80 degrees, I'll probably transfer it over, let that guy run. All right, the kettle's sitting at about 108 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it over. The chiller will still be working, so should be good. Gonna just sanitize this real quick. I'm also gonna take my original gravity reading, just straight from the kettle with the sanitized pipette. So it looks like our original gravity is about 14.8. So that's 1.062. Our goal was 1.066. So we're only 0.004 off. Oh man, this is so full. It's actually a little bit less than I was expecting. That's okay. And I'm gonna let the thermometer calibrate a bit to see if we can actually pitch our yeast right now. It looks like it's gonna be a 6% beer. And here's the yeast pitch. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this turns out, because I definitely got a little soaked, and it was probably the hottest brew day I've had this year. So I can't wait to drink this hopefully super refreshing Peach IPA. I'll see you guys next time.